How's it going, everybody? Good morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. So right now we're on a nice little back road here in Tennessee, and I'm just gonna talk and show you guys a little bit about what it's like to own one of these cars and to drive one, and we'll see where it goes from there. Me and my family are going on our boat today for a little bit. I know, rich kid problems. I'm not rich. And we're just gonna drive my car down this road just for a little bit and show you guys maybe what it's like to own one of these. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and let you guys just listen to the noise and the sounds and just enjoy it for a little bit. So here we go. Windows up for a little bit. Leave the windows rolled up for a minute so you guys can kind of see what it's like noise-wise. I think we lost all of them back there. Up there. So this car handling-wise, it's good. It's fun. It is a little bit top-heavy sometimes, and you don't want to let the car get away from you. You want to be careful with how you drive it. It's got its limits, just like any car. And even though mine is, you know, wide-bodied and I've got big meaty tires and a bunch of suspension mods, this car will get away from you if you're not careful. It is front-wheel drive, so the back is not going to kick out on you. But what this car likes to do, because it has such a short wheelbase, is if you hit a corner too hard, all four tires will basically just break loose at the same time, and you're gonna go flying just out. It likes to, let's see, understeer, right? And it'll start slipping out, it'll get away from you, but that's only if you push it too hard. I mean, I can hit a corner very hard in this car, and I mean, see, like, let's see, we're going 40 miles an hour right now. Let's see what happens here. So that was almost 50 or 45 going through that, like, basically hairpin, and I mean, we were just fine. Woo! See right there, and because this car is very light, even going over a small little whoop or bump like that, I lost traction. I mean, that's how much the car picked up off the ground, and I lost enough traction to get the tires to spin. So you just have to be careful with how you baby and treat this car, because it will get away from you sometimes. So you do have to be very careful, and I wasn't used to that when I first got the car. It's very nice around here this time of year, springtime. All the flowers start to bloom, and you get a bunch of nice colors around here everywhere in the area. I'm on the Ocoee River in Tennessee, by the way. That's where we're taking our my parents' boat out to. But like I was saying, you just have to be careful not to hit it too hard and hit a turn too hard, because it will get away from you. And I wasn't used to that when I first bought this car, because I used to have a Miata, and my Miata, I could sling through every corner as much as I wanted to, and it was rear-wheel drive, so I could hit a corner pretty hard. And I had the Club Edition, the 2013 Club Edition, so it had, you know, upgraded performance package on it and suspension, and it had a limited slip differential to keep all four wheels planted on the ground with as much traction as possible. So I would have to be, you know, I not that I'd have to be, but I was cautious, but I wasn't as cautious as I am in this car, because that car was a little bit more predictable with what it would do, and I could hit a corner pretty hard, and I would know how much I can push that car to its limits without the back, you know, slipping out on me, because it was rear-wheel drive. And because it was rear-wheel drive, it was a little bit more predictable as to when it would break traction and break loose on me. So I didn't have to be as scared to sling that car around as I am in this one. But other than that, this car does have more power too. The Miata only had, what, 167 horsepower, and yeah, 167 stock. I did have mine tuned, so it did make around 200 or so, you know, somewhere around that. But I mean, in a very light car, it was plenty for that thing, as well as it handled. And in this thing, you do have to be a little bit more careful. But otherwise, I mean, this car is an amazing blast to drive. It's just as fun as the Miata, if not more, because, you know, you do have a lot more power in this car. So any turn that you get into, I mean, you can instantly hammer on the gas and you can power out of that turn like a maniac, and, you know, even light the tires up if the ground's a little bit wet. Even especially in second gear, even in second gear in this car without the ground being wet. I mean, if you give it the juice, man, if you give it the juice, I mean, it will get away from you and it'll shoot out like a rocket. Oh, it gets very bumpy over here by the boat dock, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. I'll flip the camera over so you guys can kind of see where I'm at, what I'm dealing with. Now, I was advised not to go all the way down there because apparently there's a lot of holes there. Yep, we just bottomed out. Oh, easy. All right, we're just gonna go straight up there. Sorry, the radio's been on. I didn't realize that. I have a big loud mouth, so I was kind of talking over it. Let's see. I'm gonna pick a nice little secluded spot over here. About just right in the middle. Yeah, I know my tires are rubbing on my fender flares just a little bit because they are wide. So we can just put it right here. But anyways, I mean, that was just to give you guys a little bit of a driving input. And yes, I am OCD about people doing that. It's cringy. Just push the button down, pull it up. And especially for people that drive manuals, whenever you park your car, it's just a little tip. You don't have to do it, but whenever I park, put my car in neutral, pull the e-brake up, let off the brake pedal, and let the car rest on the e-brake rather than the transmission in first gear, because it's a lot cheaper to tighten up or replace a e-brake rather than an entire transmission. So that's just a nice little tip of the day for you guys. So yeah, I mean, that was just a nice little vlog to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing today. Here's kind of what it looks like here in the area for you guys that are up north and, you know, aren't used to seeing this kind of stuff, because I know it's a lot flatter up north, and down here it's nothing but mountains. I mean, you can see back there in the distance, it's just massive rolling hills and mountains everywhere. That's our little Bayliner boat, my dad's FJ. Yeah, well, that's about it. I'm gonna go down there and help them in a minute to get everything situated, but if you guys have any other questions or anything to, you know, add, or to, you know, any comments to add or ask me about anything about the car, then, you know, feel free to let me know. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Then again, you know, I'm just a dude in a garage or in a driveway working on a little Fiat, so I don't know everything there is to know, but I did learn a lot about cars through my dad, to give you guys a little bit of background history that you know, if you might want to know anything about me and how I got into cars. I kind of just got into cars through my dad. You know, he grew up around cars, and my parents are originally from the Czech Republic, so they're really big into rally racing and Formula One there, and you know, a lot of old school racing heritage around there in the area. And my dad just kind of taught me a lot about it, and everything that I know to this day about you know, cars and racing heritage and race cars and stuff like that. So he taught me a lot about that kind of stuff. And in high school, I had a couple buddies that had, you know, slammed and bagged Honda Civics that were slammed on their nuts to the floor. And after that, I went to a couple of car shows, and I kind of got into cars. And that, you know, to add to that, if you're ever afraid to go to a car show, or that's something that you might be interested in and something you might want to go do, then just go do it. You know, don't be scared to get into that. I was very apprehensive about getting into cars at first, but it's something that I just put myself out there and I went to a show, I made some friends, talked to a few people, and you just kind of learn the ropes, just like with anything else in life. And you know, you make a lot of friends through that. You learn a lot about cars, and it can become a lifelong obsession after that. So be careful. If you're gonna get into cars, make sure you're gonna be committed to it, because once you start, you're not gonna be able to stop, and you're gonna have car parts showing up at your door, and you're gonna be buying old cars off Facebook and anything that you can get your hands on, because you're just gonna kind of fall in love with it slowly after that. I mean, at least I know that I did. So just be prepared for that. But yeah, you guys have a good day. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I'll see you guys later.